How many spells can you get in Dark Souls 3 in 30 minutes? I'm not going to be getting the max that you can, but I'll be trying my best. I'm assuming you could probably get like double what I can get, but I'm going to be giving it my best try. So before we get into this, thank you guys so much for 75 subscribers. And if you're new, make sure to like and subscribe. So since I'm kind of a noob at Dark Souls 3, I just strategized a little bit beforehand so I knew what I was doing. And I also tried to do another run before this, which was how many chests I could open in 30 minutes, but I ended up getting like 4 and it did not look too good. So I knew a little bit beforehand before this challenge. I also studied for my run a little bit because I didn't want to look like an absolute embarrassment. And at the beginning, I chose the Cleric because he has 2 spells, and only one other person starts with 2 spells, but the Cleric spells are a lot harder to get than the other one's spells. And by spells, I mean how many sorceries, pyromancies, and faith things can I get in total. Then I got to fight my boy Udex Gundyr, and as you'll see in this run, I am horrible at the Dark Souls 3 boss fight. The only reason I didn't get on this boss is because I fought him before for the other thing I was trying to do. Also, check out the little calm New Year's timer. I planned on making this a little bit before it got published, so I put a little New Year's timer in. And also, during this fight, at the very end, my heartbeat kind of sank and I was kind of locked in because I realized I could kill this boss without taking any hits, which I think is the first time I've ever done that for a Dark Souls 3 boss, you know. Give myself a little pat on the back for that. And then I head over to Firelink Shrine, where I'll be spending my newly gotten souls on some nice spells. I double check my inventory to make sure I'm not going to buy the same spells twice, because I'm not going to count duplicates of a spell as an extra spell. So before I buy every spell in this round, I'm going to be checking just to make sure that I don't buy the same spell twice. And with using that soul, I buy this spell, and then go to the blacksmith to allot my Estus, so I have another heal instead of the blue heal, I don't know what it's called. And with all that done, I have 5 spells so far, and more to be counting. And with that, I head to the first area of the game. So once I get to the Wall of Lothric, I have 1 goal and 1 goal only, which is to get out of this area as fast as I can, because I have no NPCs or no spells that I'd like to collect here. So all I need to do is go speedrun this area, quickly defeat Vort, and make it to the Undead Settlement. As you saw right there, I'm going to be collecting a lot of items and hoping that they're souls or spells. Since I don't know the layout of this game, I'm going to be just randomly collecting most items that I see that look important and hope that they're souls or a spell. After those clean dodges, I run up the stairs to the bonfire and hit a cheeky little quit out, which does take some time considering the video and the timer are sped up in 2 times speed, so I'll need to be working on that quit out time for later in this run. So skipping to about 1.5 minutes later in this run, because all I really did here was grab the banner and run through the area, I make it to Vort, which might be a big road stop for me because on my other run, it took me 2 attempts to get Vort, and on my last attempt I was 1 HP. So my strategy was kind of to hang around near his Johnson and put that all over my face so he couldn't swing me from the sides or do any back kicks or any shenanigans he had planned for me. So I just kind of spam roll, hope for the best, get a couple of hits in, and when he hit me once, I run away, pop a cheeky little heal, and then go back to what I was doing. One thing that I kind of realized during this fight is when he goes back and does that little frosting, I have literally 20 seconds to start bombarding him with hits. Each time I kind of quiver my boots and bail on that idea. Towards the end of the fight, I kind of get a little cocky and start playing not so smart, since I think he's at 1 HP. So I get hit, use a heal, does this frosting. I should have attacked there, but I came in a little late. He hits me again, and now I'm absolutely quivering and queefing at the same time. Luckily though, I kill him, light the bonfire, and get ready for the Undead Settlement. Now, the reason I really want the Undead Settlement is because there's 3 NPCs that I'll be scouting out, finding, taking to the Firelink Shrine, and buying spells from them. And the first one is right here. So I jump off this ledge, try not to trigger the dogs, kill these 2 dogs over here, and then head to find him. Finding him has always been kind of a game of hide and seek for me. I randomly scout till I find him, and luckily I find him pretty quickly. With finding him, I return back to the Firelink Shrine to buy some spells from him. I know he's in this direction, but I have to seek for him again, going up the wrong path since I don't know the layout and coordination of Firelink. But once I find him, I exhaust the dialogue and look at his spells. I then go to make sure that I don't have any duplicates and make sure I know what to buy. So I buy this one spell right here, but I don't have enough for the rest, so I continue on my journey to recruit the other NPCs before I go buying any more spells. But I thought I was a little big brain smarty pants here, and then I go up to the NPC thinking I'll be able to sell his soul for another spell, but he doesn't talk to you till later in the game, so I end up just using Vort's soul for some extra souls to buy another spell. And I go by the magic weapon, turning my total of 5 spells to a total of 7 spells. Now I actually plan to go through the entire area to find both the NPCs that I need. As you know, I use my super awesome skills to kill the enemies, light the bonfire, and keep heading on to where I make it to this bridge, which I'm not too familiar with this area, but before I started this run, I looked up a little guide video on how to unlock the Pyromancer, so I'm trusting this path, hoping everything will turn out right. Take a quick little cheeky roll here as I keep on running to the bonfire. There's not a lot of important stuff to highlight during this run, so I'll just be skipping to any important moments or parts that you should be seeing to make sure my run's, going smooth, like some would say. So now I find the Pyromancer, exhaust his dialogue, and send him back to Firelink Shrine. The only NPC that I need left is that maiden who makes you touch her, but it'll be worth it so I can get some nice miracles from her. I don't really know the path to her exactly, so I kind of wander around and hope for the best, but I do know that she's down below, so I wander around seeing how I can get down below. So I take a good glance at the bridge, then I try heading down the sewers, which I gotta kill the dog first, and I'm like, nah, the sewers won't lead me there, so then the only conclusion I have left is to try to jump off the bridge and hope I will make the landing, and I don't. But I moved on, and when I died, I quit out the game and looked up a quick little guide. That's not cheating, I wasn't in the game. That's not cheating, so yeah. I go over here, quit out so the enemies don't follow me, improving on my quit out time skills. Go the wrong way again because I'm a little bit restarted, but then I land this jump over here, take off all my armor just to make sure that I don't die. I ended up surviving with a little bit of HP, which gave me a little bit of a heart attack, but I heal it off like it's no biggie, and I keep making my way. I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to go, I just know that I'm supposed to drop down from here, so I re-equipped all my armor, all my equipment, and keep on going. Sadly, she still does make me touch her, which I don't know why. I don't know why I need to touch her so bad, but it is worth it since I do get some pretty sweet miracles out of this. Once I'm done with her, I take a left, open these giant doors, and start trying to head down the elevator. I also meet my boy Sigurd here, so get a little hi to him. But the main reason I want to go down here is so I can farm that Ice Knight. My goal for this was that I go behind the door, trigger him, give him a punch on the face, de-aggro him, and keep repeating that process. This fight really did consist of what I thought it'd be. I ran up to him, punch him, go back, ran up to him, punch him, go back, and keep doing that until he's dead. Now I go back to Firelink to have a little bit of a spending spree to see what both those NPCs offer. My plan for now is to buy all the cheapest spells, and then once I kill the boss later, that giant tree boss, then to buy the more expensive spells. I also don't know why I did this, but I bought 1 spell from him and 1 spell from her, when I could have just bought 2 from one. I don't know why I did that. I thought I was being more equal, but then I used a soul that I thought would give me more, so now that I'm kind of in between buying another spell or not, I'm too scared I'm gonna lose it, so I go to the meeting and sell some of my stuff. I ended up getting in the low 2000s from all that selling, so I ended up buying 1,000 spells from each of them, and I end this off with 11 spells so far. Now I've got one last thing left, which is to kill the Gritwood for some extra souls. As you can see there, the rotted Gritwood wasn't too fun, but I came up with a little strategy. Since I quit it out that first time, what I ended up doing was going in there, making him kill all the enemies, and running back out, which I got a total of 4,000 souls from. And I tried to kill him one time, died, and so this has to be my last attempt to be able to kill him. I have to go in here, retrieve my 4,000 souls, kill him for an extra 3,000, and then I think I can get all the souls that I need for this. Now, even though the enemies were great for getting some soul farms on, once it came to the actual fight, these enemies were on my dick and balls 24/7. They would not leave me alone. I was getting 6-9'd, I was getting back shots, and I was doing military style all at the same time. They were relentless. So my strat was to let him kill them for me and take my time, but they respawn. So I wanted to hurry, because once you chop off his front ball sacks, he falls down, but I wanted to get his ankle and his hand before that, so that way he's below half once we start falling down. But once you start falling down, it takes more time, you have to be more patient, but it's easier because you don't have those annoying enemies nagging you. I also wanted to be very, studious and prepared for this fight, so I did watch a mini guide to know that I was doing, and my strat for this was to stay behind him. Poke at his balls, like I just did right there, and all I need is 1 more or 2 more explosions to make the fight end. So I take my time, make sure he falls down, get some back shots in, and I don't want to go to his front because, as you saw earlier, if you get grabbed by the hand, it's a 1-shot. Yes, that's how long I spent circling him. I spent 2 minutes circling him, and I finally pursed his last ball sack and head to the Firelink Shrine to get all the remaining spells left. I go buy 2 spells from this lady, then I go to the Pyromancer, buy 2 spells from him. Then when I'm done with that, I pop the boss soul to make sure I have enough souls to buy the last spell that I planned for in this round. Which thankfully, I have more than enough. I buy the spell, and even though it's a duplicate, I buy that spell just because. So in total, I have a total of 15 unique spells and 17 spells if you count duplicates. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and make sure to subscribe.